What's up, everybody? Welcome to the episode of Fight Feedback. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and today I will be breaking down the trickiest fighter in mixed martial arts history, Charles Oliveira. His approach to fighting, his transitions off of his back, off of top, and what is it that makes Charles different and special from everybody else. Anyways, guys, enough talk. Let's take it to the big screen. These are the things that makes Charles Oliveira extremely dangerous, is the fact that he has the ability of anticipation. Charles Oliveira can anticipate you, and this is kind of where I see Charles could be a problem for Islam, because if Islam's takedowns are not, if he doesn't disguise them, then he's gonna have to be careful, because you cannot just shoot on this guy without off the open. You're gonna have to really set something up and really take the fight where you have to take it. And he knows what's going on. He knows what Charles is gonna bring. Like he's gonna come and wrestle. This man hired a wrestling coach, an Iranian. He's gonna be, I do believe he's gonna be anticipating a lot of Islam's takedowns. And here we have Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. Big H, there's an H difference here. You know, he's got a 2-inch height advantage, same weight. You know, 2.5 or 3.5 reach advantage. And I wanted to show this first round here because, man, Charles Oliveira, I don't want to say started off really good. Started off with boom. Like that could be a key. That could be a key for a fight against any wrestler. You start to take out the legs, you start to take out the foundation. But notice, man, like Michael Chandler came blazing. Michael Chandler was taking chances too. You know, this thing was entitled because this man focuses on his jiu-jitsu craft so much. Boom. And there he is. He is not afraid also to take you down either. I mean, this is a 2-time division All-American, or 1-time or 2-time, I forget. Boom, right away. That's the first round. Bah, yeah, at this point, Michael Chandler just has to protect his neck. You lost the round. There's no need to even scramble. You gotta stay there because you're gonna tire yourself out unless it's the third. Boom, catches him there. This is kind of what I wanted to bring up here though too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could get hurt, he could drop, but there's something that he does do. I don't know if he does it on purpose or plays possum. He'll allow himself to go down to eventually start creating things for him. You know, like he uses the ground as a recovery, and because he's so comfortable, right away taking space again. You know, this is the second round here, and I want you guys, and ooh, beautiful hand here, beautiful left hook, bah, willing to bring the fight. He's more dangerous as the fight goes on, and you're literally able to fight this man a little bit more. Boom, right away that left hook, bah, caught him going backwards. He was able to catch him. Michael Chandler fell, and that was it. He knew he was hurt. A left hand is so brutal. Those short punches are so much worse than a straight punch. The punches become a little more compact, and right away, he is looking to finish the fight. He is literally looking, okay, so look at his eyes, boom. He knows that in this all-force position, especially against the way, you know, you can finish fights, especially when they're early, when you have somebody hurt. Catches them again. Yeah. And that's it. When you're able to hit somebody with the same hand for like 5-6 times, that's just too much. Boom. Got him going backwards. Watch. Bah! Right on the chin. Dropped him once and became the new UFC lightweight champion of the world, Charles the Bronx. And here we have Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier. I mean, it's just it's a 1-inch difference here, same age, pretty much. You know, Charles has a pretty long reach, you know, for his size. Yep, right away, round one. Look, taking distance, taking space, you know. You almost wonder jumping knee. He almost starts off the same way because he wants the takedowns to come in. He's not afraid. Boom, beautiful knee. Look at the clinch. Got a real quality knee. Can we rewind that real quick? Yep. You guys see that? You guys, boom, left hand. And look, these knees, it's not just the knee, it's the quality of it. Bah! Down the middle. That stuff fatigues you as you go to the body. You know, Dustin Poirier is a dog too, and this is round 1. And we got to keep in mind though too, yep, it started off with the clinch. Like, he's not clinching. This man's just known for striking and throwing hands. Yeah, he hurt him here, but this dude's okay off of his back. This dude's okay off of his back. Like, boom, caught him with that right hand, that right hook. Maybe you don't want to go, like, you know what I mean? Like, in this instance, I think Poirier should have brought it back to his feet. You got to give credit what credit is due. And I think the biggest thing for me with, and you look at the count stats over here. Poirier, 56, Oliveira, 29. Like, literally, this dude could give round 1 to be able to make adjustments for the later rounds. And I think that's what makes Charles Oliveira a great competitor and also extremely dangerous. Yep, round 2, broke distance right away. Like, he's bringing the fight. Another knee, elbow. Like, those right knees that he has, I mean, those pay dividends, guys. It drains the body. Yep, chopping the legs. Boom, go up to his head. Nice. Like, this dude's he's not afraid to wrestle. Right away, off the back, he's like, you know what? I was losing the round. Look, rewind it real quick. Notice how he shook that. Look at this. Go ahead, break it up by frames. Notice how he shucked him. And little by little, starting to swing around the inch game. Now, he's going to be in good position. You see, what this man should have done is stay to the cage. Get your back against the cage, Poirier. But because you didn't do that, you just gave this guy an entry to slip the leg in. Put the arm in, and then start his transition into what? Yeah, right away looking for different transitions. But that was the first time, either way. I was thinking that's the time he finished them. But that was the first time he took his back. And it's those small little movements that he's able to get there. You know what I'm saying? Sweeping. And if there's anybody that's well-rounded, it is Charles Oliveira. You know? And then look, he gets on top. Yep, rains those elbows. Ooh, that's sharp. That's right behind the ear, man. You mess up someone's equilibrium there, it drains the body. You become, boom, another one. Man, that might have been 12. That might have been straight 12. Boom. Yep, broke distance right away. Right here, look. Chimaev, breaking distance right away. This dude's thinking up top. Boom, takedown. This is somewhere where Islam's gonna have to be really, really careful, because if you think you're just gonna take Charles down, I also hope he worked his defense. Doesn't matter if you're from Dagestan or, you know, from wherever, you still gotta respect the game. Yeah. Poirier was better off going to his back. You do not want to stay in an all-four position. This is where this man lives. You know, if I was to give Poirier some advice, Poirier, you should have never done that. If you get taken down by this dude, stay in guard, man. This dude is so dangerous. He is so dangerous when he takes the back. Like, look at how much time too. Like, there's no way he's not gonna finish. Yep, takes the back, squeezes the hips, squeezes the arm, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was the second time Poirier was submitted in the same position by, you cannot stay in all fours against Charles. Yep, he ended up tapping. It's too dangerous, breaks distance into the takedown, and then right away looking for the back. You don't have to get the takedown. His emphasis should not even be taking people down, getting around them and eventually slipping the legs in, taking the back to the eventual finish. Boom. Notice how he did that. Notice how he pulled that arm. Can we rewind that real quick? Notice how he shoved that arm to the side. Watch. Boom. Shoved it to the side. Something super simple, was able to get the choke that much tighter, and that's it. This is when probably maybe Poirier could have just went to his back, could have just went to his side or whatever. I actually thought Poirier was actually gonna win that fight. And the more you doubt somebody, and the more you think somebody's actually gonna beat him, the more I respect that I do have for somebody like Charles Oliveira, because this man is a proven winner. He's good in every position, whether it's wrestling, whether it's jiu-jitsu and mixing all that. There's different ways that he could beat you, and that's what makes Charles Oliveira extremely dangerous. This is another fight where I was like, hey man, if anybody could really beat maybe Charles, I'm thinking Justin Gaethje. The wrestling, the leg kicks, the brute strength that he has. You know, a lot of what Charles did in the past too is he's been stopped by people. He's been stopped by Cub Swanson, a bunch of other people, but he's been able to make that transition. And I think that's what's made Charles Oliveira now extremely dangerous. So you have it with Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje, 1 reach advantage, same weight, but look at this, 4-inch reach advantage here. Right away he's taking space. Yep, he hit him. He's doing the right thing. I know Gaethje's plan. He wants to kick that cab, break your foundation, but right away he's taking distance as he's hitting these. Boom, that's another one. Bringing the fight to Justin right away. If you're able to backpedal Justin Gaethje more, you take away that leg kick. We learned that from Khabib. Look at the distance with the guy that has a longer reach than you. You know, but I will say this, Gaethje did grab a couple kicks, a couple really good kicks. And this is round 1. This is literally 30 seconds into it. Boom, right away. The guy hit with an uppercut, goes to his back, and he's gonna play it there. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful shot by Gaethje. Ah, yeah, over swinging his shots. This is why sometimes Gaethje could get in trouble. He throws a lot of power, man. A 5-round fight, you know, if he's gonna do that, he should probably throw it towards the end and still sneak the rounds. Overthrowing hips, especially when you miss, it's not good. Coming up with knees like this dude. What makes Charles really dangerous is the fact that he's super diverse with his knees. Look at that. He's going to his back with this dude. That's how comfortable he is. That's how comfortable this dude is. Yep, hands up, doing the right thing. I think Gaethje by this time, he's and it's only half the round, but he's still trying to invest here. Boom, catches him. Oh yeah, yeah. Throws a right hand, hurts him. Gaethje kind of gave his, yeah. Yep, and right away, he's looking for that angle. This is first round, guys. Boom, sticking him, you know. He's not, the thing with Charles is not just playing the jiu-jitsu game. Like, he's beating you up, he's gonna fatigue you. He's got a triangle here off the top, which is crazy. Now he takes the back. Just look at his transitions. The smoothest transitions. This is why this dude's gonna be in the Hall of Fame, and this is why Charles Oliveira is super sneaky, because you don't know what's coming at you. Like if I was to, yep, sneaking in, and Justin Gaethje gave them too much. Look, nice and tight. He eventually for the tap out. Boom, takes it back. You do not want to be in all fours. If you stay in all fours, the all fours position, this man's gonna capitalize. Either go to your back or find the cage and look to get up, but you cannot give up your back. Anything that has to do with your back. You know. Again, he had missed weight for that fight. He missed weight, but I think overall, you know, it just showed, man. You know, being off by 0.5, and I believe him. I believe the scales sometimes, because it's happened to me where the scales were off. He should have had the belt since the beginning. Like there's no reason why that there should be an interim belt. They should have checked the check scales. They should have really made those adjustments on that, because dude, losing 0.5, especially when you think you're down, it just sucks. Because there's times where you just cannot lose the weight. You can try throwing up, you can try doing all this other stuff, it just won't happen. Your body will start cramping. It's happened to me. I do believe Charles Oliveira is super sneaky, number one. He is super sneaky. He is not afraid to go to the ground. He isn't. And he's a veteran of the game, and the train continues to keep pumbling forward. And I also think that's what makes Charles Oliveira great. The fact that he's able to break the distance and bring the fight, throw knees up the middle. Nobody expects that. People expect a lot of hands. This guy is using every limb in his body, whether it's elbows, knees, his shoulders too. He'll shoulder bump you, and he's looking for other transitions. He does a lot of things that a lot of these great wrestlers in the UFC are doing. They'll smoke it, break distance, but he's not taking people down. He's getting around, finding the back to eventually the submission. And now let's break down Charles in what I call the 3 T's: the technique, the tactics, and the threshold. I think, to me, I'm gonna go ahead and grade Charles Oliveira according to all these things. I mean, because this guy is, he really is one of a kind. Probably I'm gonna have to say the trickiest guy in UFC history. But let's go ahead and grade him here, because number one, let's start off with the technique. Technically, this man is solid. This man is solid everywhere. His transitions, what he's able to do from omoplatas to arm bars to eventually triangles, or the way he's able to transition and take your back, it's really second to one. So if I was to rate Charles Oliveira on the technique, I'm gonna have to give this man a 10. A 10. He's solid everywhere, man. These are things that we have to consider and keep in mind. I mean, this dude is an actual 10. I don't give these 10s out too damn often. You know, typically it's a 9.1, an 8.7, but whatever that may be. Number two is tactics. Tactically, sometimes I wonder if this is one area where I feel like, okay, Charles is really good at playing possum. If he does get hurt, he has the ability to create transitions, to be able to mix it, and he's how can I say it? He has the ability to be a chameleon and fight you in different places. But this area right here with the tactics could also get him in trouble. He breaks distance quite a bit. That's the only thing that I would say with Charles, is he does get clipped. You're not always gonna play possum. You're not always gonna do what you did against Gaethje, you know, how he dropped you, or with Poirier, especially a guy like Islam who has been hit. So if there's one area that I feel like Charles could really need help on, I'm gonna have to say right here, his tactics, even though he's winning. You can be a world champ, but still. So I'll probably give him a 9 here. The threshold. The threshold for here, it's you know, this is one thing where Islam will push the pace. Islam will come out. Islam will literally push the pace. He'll take you down once. If you get up, he'll try to take you down again. So this is one area where it is yet to be known. It is yet to be known for Charles. I haven't seen Charles in a 5-round fight. I know Islam, I know those other guys like Khabib, like these guys strive to take you into deeper waters to eventually finish you. So to me, with the threshold, I'm actually gonna have to add a question mark, because I really don't know. I really don't know. But he does have the ability to make great adjustments. I mean, overall for Charles Oliveira, I mean, this guy is able to wrestle. He's able to be confident and cover distance and strike with you like he did with Justin Gaethje and Poirier. He can make the transitions as he's losing the first round to be able to make adjustments for the second. I mean, this guy continues to keep getting better, and I think more importantly, man, his confidence, his self-esteem has blown through the roof. And it's special to see a guy who you know, who was at one point about to get cut from the UFC or getting knocked out, or, you know, people were saying that he was breaking, to eventually what he's become now. You know, starting off at featherweight to eventually going up to lightweight and becoming champ. I mean, the sky is the limit for this guy. I do believe he gets past Islam. I think he has the ability. If he does get past Islam, I think he easily has the ability to go up, fight Leon Edwards, and actually finish him too. I really do. But Kamaru Usman's gonna get the next title shot, I believe. But if he was to fight somebody like that, I think Charles would be the next champ. He's great everywhere, guys. Again, this guy, his confidence continues to keep rising, and I do believe that's the greatest asset that he has, because it's not just the techniques, the tactics, or the thresholds. It's his mind. He talks about it a lot. He talks about God, and he talks about a lot of these things that has given him hope for him to become the best lightweight, not just in UFC, but possibly in UFC history. He is one fight away. If he does somehow beat Islam Makhachev, I mean, who knows, guys? there could be a return. If Charles Oliveira does it right, if I was to be Islam, I would be Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, you know why? And again, guys, these are all friends of mine. But you know why? It's because I'm thinking of this. I'm thinking of dinero. I think if you can beat somebody's brother, pull somebody else out of retirement, you're talking about making anywhere from 10 million. Anyhow, that's a whole nother speech. But thank you guys for watching Fight Feedback. I am your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and I will deliver. And we are out. So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdowns, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!